Don't fall for it. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on into the Blue Collar Psychiatrist. Today we're going to be talking about the topic of don't fall for it. Specifically, what am I talking about? Something that happened to me, has happened several times, and I assume something that's happened to you guys as well. And maybe to some women. The scenario is essentially the same. You are a customer and you are going and approaching someone who is an employee there and asking for their help. Maybe a jewelry counter in a large department store and you're looking for a certain type of watch. It might be going somewhere and asking for some other service. Recently I was approached about having a massage, and it was just something that it was fine. There was nothing out of the ordinary about that. But the thing that these two instances have in common is women can appear to be interested in you, but you cannot assume, and that's the word here, assume. Do not assume that a woman is truly interested in you and has an attraction to you simply because they are behaving in a very pleasant and nice way and are smiling at you. Because the bottom line is this: they are there primarily as an employee, and their goal is to sell you something. But how many guys, especially the lonely guys, will take and mistake this action of being very friendly, will mistake that for being interested in you? It's happened to me, and I was warned about this. It's interesting. I knew a friend of mine who was also a life coach. I was not seeing him for that particular issue as a life coach. But he said to me, and he warned me about this because I brought this story to him. He said, it is always somewhat precarious to try to come on to someone who may be trying to sell you something. In other words, you really don't know, and it's hard to interpret what that person is saying to you. So what do? How do you handle the situation? I don't think you can expect anything. I don't think you should assume anything. However, you certainly have the right to ask a woman, get into something a little bit more personal about them, find out maybe if they have a spouse or a significant other in a very soft way, because you need to know one way or another. Remember, we don't want to walk away from a situation and then go home and beat ourselves up about why didn't I ask? You remember those videos that I created called Why Didn't I? You don't want to go home after an encounter with an employee trying to sell you something and wonder, I wonder, was she really interested in me or she was just trying to sell me something? So ladies and gentlemen, there's only one way to deal with this. If you are truly interested, you have to find out from her. Now, there's another problem, by the way, as I think about this, is that if you are going in a store and you're, let's say, at the jewelry counter, there's going to be constant interruptions from other customers who want the lady's attention, and now you've got a situation where not only is it unsure as to what the purpose of the nice demeanor of the woman is, but now you've got people interrupting your conversation, and so it makes it even a more difficult situation. It may not be the best situation to approach somebody in, but I really think that you owe it to yourself to try to find out as much as you can. Now, obviously, if the woman's wearing a ring, that's a whole different story. That's obvious. But you need to find out so you don't walk home with that open book in your mind and wonder, oh, I wonder if she had a significant other. Why didn't I ask her? Why didn't? No. I think you have to find out what her situation is and then go from there, because it is so dangerous. I don't mean physically dangerous, but it is dangerous psychologically to think that just because an employee who's trying to sell you something is very nice to you does not mean that she is interested in you in the romantic sphere of life. Ladies and gentlemen, I remind you to drink and drink abundantly from the fountain of life. See you next time.